And action. Hello, world, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Savage Says. I'm
Savage
Caitlin,
Says, and I'm Kelly.
and we are your fabulous hosts. I can't believe we're here.
Crazy.
Hello, this is wild. So Caitlin, cooked up this idea probably a year ago, mostly as a joke, but also like being completely serious because, like many girls in America, I believe we have very important things to say and that everybody should listen. And here we are.
Here we are. Yes, no other sisters in America have a podcast.
Nope, none. Completely original
none.
idea.
It is. But we are probably the most clever. And how often are we asked, Kelly, Caitlin, how can I become a Savage sister? And unfortunately, we can't turn back time.
There's no
But
room.
There's no room, but we can invite you in to our banter. And that is the purpose here of Savage Says. While we can't, edit the family tree per se, we're excited to have you, hope to hear from you, and look forward to you too having something that Savage says.
That's right. And how wonderful is that, that you can literally just create a beautiful community, a kitty community, if you will.
A kitty community, yes. Fun fact about us, not really sure where it came from. Actually, I take that back, yes I am. We interchangeably call each other kitty. It means nothing at all, and it also means everything. We also extend this little moniker to our mother, Lizard, Liz. Lots of animal names flying around here.
Lizard, Liz, Mommy Cat.
Mommy Cat.
Mm-hmm,
but it was born because I think we used to call Caitlin Kitty Kate, which, if you ask me, is a very cute nickname.
Yeah, adorable.
And then it just became Kitty, and then we just started using it reciprocally when we're being sweet.
Yeah.
And often we're not being sweet. So it is important that Kitty gets used in the beginning or end as to signify, hello, this is a peace offering, comment, suggestion, or
term of endearment.
Term of endearment, because, sometimes things have to be a little more straightforward around these
catty,
parts.
if you will.
Oh, meow.
So, yeah, obviously we're sisters and we're very close. We're quite a few years apart in age. I'm 23, and Kelly is also 23.
I am also 23, actually. Yes, no. I'm 29, and I think I'll be freezing at this age. I do have a birthday coming up, not that soon, but in a few months. And I think I will probably also be 29 for that birthday. So we have a good little age difference. But other than that, we have much in common, including some of our passions, which include the theater, dance and dancing related programs like Dance Moms and Dancing with the Stars.
All of the dance programs available for streaming.
Small dogs. We had a small white crusty dog growing up, so we really
Rest
are
in peace.
Just the quintessential white girls on a podcast. But yeah, rest in peace, Riley Savage. We're pretty sure he actually was a Maltese with autism, which is a subject for another episode. But he was kind of a mean dog, but I think it was because he was misunderstood, not because he actually had hate in his heart.
Yeah, he was our third sibling.
And it didn't work out.
No,
so
he didn't
sorry,
last
girl.
Very long. There can only be two at the end of the day. Riley's part of the kitty community from Doggy Heaven. Yeah. Also important to note that we're total dog gals. Like, we're not cat girlies. Kelly's actually allergic to cats. I didn't get that gene.
Very true. I think I could be a great cat person because I love their vibes that are very like, I'm not into you, and I'm strutting and I look beautiful in this windowsill. But I am, as you said, very allergic, especially to the long-haired ones, which are the ones that I like. The short-haired ones don't really move the needle for me, but like
the tabbies, not really into that.
Yeah, no tabbies, no street cats, but like the little the little girlies from Aristocats, or a ragdoll kitten.
A
Yeah, big into them.
ragdoll, a Persian, love
Mhm.
them, and they usually have, like,
Yeah.
castles, in usually they're only children kitties, and so
Mhm.
they have very large playpens that resemble castles, and sometimes they have, like, futon beds, or
Yeah.
not futons, but, like, I don't know, elaborate
A
love
chase, a
seats.
grand chase,
Yes, a
perhaps?
chaise. I love
Yes.
that. If I were to have a cat, I would definitely have that set up because that's what she would deserve, but nonetheless, we're not cat gals, just for ourselves.
Just
We
in
want
our
to include too.
minds.
And
Yes,
all of you
meow.
kitties now. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the sitch. It's so funny
Oh.
because like we're the same. And like as we just noted, all the same interests. We pretty much look the same. We have this really funny Bichon dog meme that we have made our personality for the past 3 years of like
Mhm.
these Bichons like looking confused as to why everyone is staring at them and it's because they look the same. Yeah, that's pretty much us. We have a lot of matching outfits. It's
Mhm.
it's low key creepy, but we make it work. Um but
But
at the
people
same
seem
time,
endeared to it, you know? Like, I
yeah.
think matching outfits is weird when you're, 12 and 18, but
Yeah.
at 23 and 29, people seem to really, really take to
No, it's just chic at this point. We're like
it.
grown-up American Girl dolls.
Exactly. That is
If
what
we
I
do
always
say so ourselves.
aspired to. We actually both lived in the American Girl doll era, but
Mhm.
two different ones. I was definitely in the classic American Girl doll um, moment in time, and I naturally had Molly and Samantha.
Of
Um,
course, the 2 OG betches.
well, not so much Molly. She's a little lame, but they looked like me, so I had those girlies. I actually got a little scissor happy with Molly's bangs one summer. So,
I didn't know this. I
yeah.
probably did, but this is
Well,
like
yeah,
new
that's why she
information
looks
all
kind
over
of
again.
messed up.
Busted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of busted. But
Yikes.
Caitlin actually really peaked in her American Girl doll era. What did you have, like
Oh yeah, so
7
I
or 8 of
started,
those girls?
yeah, I think plus your girls, I had 8.
Wow.
Mhm. So I started with the Just Like Me doll, obviously, because I was a narcissist from the beginning. And she really did look just like me. I had the dance outfits, the gymnastics, every activity under the sun. Um, and I was obsessed. And then I was really into the Girl of the Year dolls. So I was in like the 2008 and up range. Mia was my favorite, the ice skater. I had Mia. I had oh, Julie technically was a historical, but she came out later. She was like the new hip girl. Um I don't know, just a
A
whole
lot of
bunch of them from
girlies.
there. Yeah, and
Yeah.
played with them like probably far into my
Adolescence.
tweenhood, but
Tween.
um,
Well,
we never really got past it because we
we
have
still make a pit
traded our
stop
yeah.
to the American Girl doll store when I visit in New York, which
Of
is
course.
where Caitlin is now. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing in New York, how you got there, et cetera, et cetera.
Of course. Okay, so as I said, I'm 23. I graduated from the University of Alabama in 2022, so like a year and a half ago now. Ick. I majored in public relations there, but more relevantly, dance. So I was a dance major, and that's what I'm doing here in New York now. I am pursuing a professional performance career. I aspire to be on Broadway and do all of the theatrical things. So that's what I'm doing here. I teach at Pure Bar. I am currently, as of literally tonight, also pursuing my profession of becoming a spray tan artist. Um, so I have lots of different trades. You never really know what you're going to get by day, but that's what keeps it interesting. I feel like I live kind of a double life. I am like dancer, fitness instructor by week, and then on the weekends I just spend all my money and eat and shop and play New York heiress. And I can't really afford to do that, but again, it keeps things interesting.
Yeah. And, you find a few sponsors here and there,
Of
in
course.
addition to your
I'm
hard work
hashtag blessed. Yes, Kelly has
occasionally.
always, I must say, Kelly has always been my biggest fan and supporter and continues to be. I wouldn't be here without her. I wouldn't be pursuing dance without her and her guidance in our living room training sessions, which, we'll get into throughout this journey of ours. We'll dive into the details of all that. But uh, I I am just so lucky to have Miss Kelly as a sister, and I just thank my lucky stars every day.
How sweet.
Meow.
Meow. Yes. Well, I am so blessed to have you as a sister, mostly
Stop.
because I have turned Miss Caitlin into the little dancing doll that I always wanted and really manifested for myself. Um, once I was over the Barbies, I needed something with a little more action, and I just so happened to have a built-in little gal who for some time did appease me by performing tricks and splits and flips in the living room under my watchful eye at a ripe age
12
of
years
9 years
old.
old. Yeah. And yet, to be clear, I was 9 years old supervising these activities, not her performing them. Um, but yes, Caitlin's dance career is actually probably maybe my number one top passion. After that, or aside from that, my professional work is unfortunately a little less fun, and it is the mental health and addiction space for first responders and veterans.
Extremely
Very,
glamorous.
very important work,
Mhm.
but not necessarily the fun escape that I wish I could pursue full time, which is being Caitlin's momager. Maybe one day, but it is a very fulfilling path that I'm on right now. I get to travel a lot throughout the United States and into Canada, helping our first responders and veterans find treatment for these issues. And I know that I've had a small part in saving many lives, careers, and families. So grateful for the work that I'm able to do with that. But grateful to tap into what I went to school for, actually, which was broadcast journalism, right here on the Savage Says podcast.
Mhm.
I did intend to be a news reporter as I was getting ready to figure out, what I wanted to do. And I shouldn't say I always knew, but in college, it became pretty clear that that was something I really enjoyed and kind of had a knack for. But I also realized really quickly that it did not pay very well, and that you had to generally start in a very small town, nights, weekends, holidays, crime scenes, county fairs, all of that. And nothing wrong with any of it. I just didn't think it was for me, especially, on the long term basis. So I was able to translate my skills to another career field and have been very lucky to be with the same company since I was 21, actually. So, um, pretty crazy how time
Yeah.
flies. But yeah, that's what I'm up to, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and oftentimes beyond.
Yeah. Oftentimes beyond. It's such important work that you do, and m- even more than that, you are so, so good at it. Girl Boss Kelly is here and with us always, saving lives, literally. But yeah, obviously, with your broadcast journalism background, it was really hard to force a microphone into your hand. Like, I had to do some begging and pleading
To
to
my
get.
house, but here I am, world.
It's just so funny that you are not a podcast consumer. Um, I, however, am. I'm listening to a podcast at all times, on the train, on the plane, on the streets. There's always a podcast. And, I think that's where this newfound passion has come from. And I'm just so lucky to be, doing it together. But, as we outlined, we are kind of on opposite ends of our 20s. So I feel like we have, some interesting vantage points to come in on, various different things about whatever we want because it's our show.
Exactly.
And
And
Savage says.
Savage says, you took it right out of my mouth. How silly. Well, some of the things we look forward to covering in the weeks, months, years to come are being fabulous,
Of course.
theater news and reviews, current favorites, because we both do have a bit of a online shopping, a quick hand on the Apple Pay, if you will. I have a lot to say about things that I buy. And I do love the Instagram things I bought and liked, but I'm too much of a narcissist to keep my face out of it, or voice, I suppose, or identity, if you will. So here we are going to talk about things
branding ourselves.
yeah, we're not that we're stealing the things we bought and like brand, just we will be talking about things we bought and liked and didn't like.
Coincidentally. Yeah.
Probably
Oh,
more so that.
definitely. We're kind of
Um,
haters at our core.
yeah.
Um,
I have
as
some
much
high
as we try to
standards
conceal.
and am kind of whiny, and I think it's trickled down a little bit. Caitlin keeps me in check about, being patient and humble sometimes, but it goes both ways, I would say, on certain things.
Oh, yeah, I think one thing people will take away from this intro of ours is that we're extremely humble.
Yeah, it's definitely
Mhm.
that. I think
We
really
hate
anyone,
attention.
yeah, I think anyone who's starting a podcast with their name in it really is screaming humility, and they
Yeah,
truly hate attention and being
the center of
the center
such.
of. But
Yeah,
the show is called Savage Says, so I'm going to
absolutely,
say what I have to say.
because
Another
Savage says.
item that has been an exciting development in the last few weeks. Um, I am a fiance, and
Woo!
thanks. We waited a
Round of
while to say that.
applause.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Matt.
yeah, it's been a long road.
Yeah, like road makes it sound like it was like an arduous journey, and it it
No, you're
really
right.
hasn't been. Matt is a precious gem of a man. Is that what
Yeah,
the phrase is?
yeah.
P jum. Not that we're
We are
stealing
not
from
yeah, we
others.
do not claim that. That
No,
is not
no,
copyright.
but it's a great phrase, and he
Amazing
is
phrase,
one.
yes.
So yeah, very, very happy. And so it begins. Wedding planning, lots of coordination. Like I said, very high standards and expectations of people, places, things, which lends itself to probably being a bridezilla in waiting. So we'll all
Yeah,
just,
so
hang on tight and buckle up.
be on this
Mostly
journey
Caitlin.
together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
yeah, we'll keep you in the loop, I think, as things evolve, because it should be a fun, exciting time in the life of the Savage sisters and Matt.
definitely. And plus Matt and our mom maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
No, and I think that's why we kind of decided, like, now is the time. We have such amazing things going on with this new engagement slash wedding journey. Just me being young and chaotic and fabulous. I mean, there's just so much to cover. And so I think that we're going to have a lot of fun, and I'm just so excited to be able to like nail you down for a little bit of time during the week. You're just so busy and such a girl boss that like sometimes it's hard to like get you out of the text messages.
Mm.
Like as we said, like this is to let everybody in on our you know
But
daily or
pretty much
bi-daily phone calls, but we're texting all the time.
bi daily. I don't know that that's the phrase,
But
but
bi-daily is like
no, I know what it means.
no, I'm clarifying, right? It's
Oh,
like
every other day.
every other day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but that might be generous. But that's exactly why I'm excited for this, is because I get to catch you in your tracks and make you hang out with me like the little sister I am.
Yeah, that's sweet. I heard
Yeah.
something once, and it was busy. Actually, two things. Gear up, Savage says. One, busy is relative. And two, everyone is busy. And really, I think that goes back to point number one, busy is relative, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't ever say I am busier than you or busier than the next person. I think what's challenging is that I travel a lot, and
Yeah.
therefore different time zones, catching flights, not
Mhm.
often in the same place for an extended period of time. So I think you're definitely right about that. I just would
Mhm.
not want you or anyone else to think that, oh, I am so busy. Woe is me. I am busier than everyone in America. No, I disagree. Everyone's busy. Busy is relative. But yes, I can be hard to pin down because of my extensive travels.
Yeah, I love that. Busy is relative. Well, I have a bone to pick with you actually, because
Cool.
I we were here last time you were here in New York with me. I um was like, will you share your location with me? Because I never know where you are. And you were like, yeah, yeah, you share yours. And then I did. And then I never got your location. And this has happened like 2 or 3 times now. And it feels deliberate. Okay. So I'm going to need to put this on record. Here we are. Savage says, share your location.
Okay, Savage says, I don't know how. I think that's why I haven't done this. I mean, I'll try right now, but
Kelly, your age is showing.
yikes. Sharing definitely, I guess. But
Yeah.
I read one time that
Oh,
drains your
Kelly
battery.
Savage started sharing. That's, I think, a load of baloney. I think you're making that up. as an
A Tony
excuse.
bologna, perhaps?
There's a place called Tony Baloney's right down the street from me. I haven't
Yeah,
tried it yet.
I know this because I'm looking at your location and it says you're right next to it. That's why it was
Incredible.
top of
I
mind for me.
actually, I should note while we're on the subject, I don't actually live in New York City. Okay, I am a fraud, and I live in New Jersey.
You are not a
But
fraud. It's Hoboken.
it's Hoboken, so it's pretty much like a fifth borough. And it's amazing. Okay. If anyone tries to like troll on Jersey, particularly Hoboken and Jersey City, I haven't really been there that often, but I've heard it's great. Um, don't listen to them because it's awesome. Everybody that comes here to visit me, because I have so many friends, are like, wow, when you like, when I thought I was coming to Jersey, I was like, oh, I don't know what to expect here. Like, Jersey suburbs. Not the case. It's a flourishing city. It's right across the Hudson River. You can get to the West Village in like 8 minutes, and it's awesome. So I like to say I live in New Jersey. I live in Hoboken, but I live my life in the city because I pretty much go in there every day, to work from home. I don't know if I mentioned too that I have another job in like digital marketing. That's kind of irrelevant, but I also do that. So I'm, in the city at the coffee shops playing girl boss, when I'm not fitnessing it out. But I am often dancing there too. So anyway, just wanted to note that to
Well,
clarify for the people.
I love that clarification. And I should make a clarification that I live in Atlanta, but I
Oh yeah,
actually live my life at the airport.
yeah,
So, in
so
terms
true.
of physical locations, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, who knows where.
Yeah.
But yeah, it keeps things interesting. And I do like to scurry up to the city, whichever one you so choose, as
Mm-hmm.
much as I can to visit my kitty Kate and run around
Yeah.
and see Broadway shows and go to our favorite restaurant, Quality
Quality
Bistro.
bistro,
This is not sponsored, but we hope that it might be one
but
day.
should be. I know that they do, influencer things. Not calling ourselves as such, but
Not yet,
I would
yeah,
love
but
to try the butter concierge if they would like to have us.
yeah, well, one thing about Quality Bistro, if you're listening to this, take notes, but we love you. I do think that they are trying to appeal to an influencer crowd as of late because they've
Mm-hmm.
been bringing out a lot of like experience related dishes, like the butter service and the flambe mousse or whatever. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of show that didn't used to be happening, and I just wonder if the purpose is content. And I
Mm,
hope that if their pursuit of that is where they're headed, that they stay true to the quality of Quality Bistro as well, because that is why we
have
went and why we've stayed. And I don't want to lose them in this pursuit of publicity.
absolutely, because dare I say it, but the past two experiences we've been like, walking on
Slipping,
eggshells a little
slipping a
bit.
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
But
is so disappointing. But
well, no, last time we were there, we had that excellent waiter and the lobster croissant, which was really good. And we got
you're
like
so right.
several complimentary spritzes because they made too many, or
Yeah,
wink, wink, made
oopsie.
too many. Yeah. And we drank too many. So,
Yeah, so fair
with
enough.
that,
But
I think it might be
uh,
time to wrap up this episode of
I think
Savage Says.
so. But if you want to hear more about, the restaurants of New York City at the surrounding areas, let us know. Maybe we'll do like a New York guide or something like that.
Yeah.
We have who knows what we're gonna get into, because you know what? It's our show. And
And
Savage
Savage
says.
Says.
And
Exactly.
with that, we bid you farewell, but we will see you next week. We're gonna drop episodes weekly. And so there's lots more to come. We are so excited that you're here with us. Thank you so much for listening. If you're here like at your own free will and you're not like our mom or former college roommates, like we so appreciate you, seriously.
We also appreciate our former college roommates because
Oh, of
they have,
course.
things to
They've
do,
been through it
and other, yeah, they've listened to the Savages podcast in their own
more than they'd
house
like to.
more than they would like to. Shout out to Matt too, who, you know what, he asked me very earnestly, oh, well, what are you guys going to talk about? Why do you think anyone would listen? And I,
Which is so
and
fair.
which is fair, and he meant it in a nice way, I guess. And I looked to him dead in the eyes and I said, you have been living in the Savage Says podcast for the last 6
Mhm.
years and you seem to be liking it. So,
And he
you
said,
know,
touche.
that's why I feel like others might too. And with that, I proved I am delusional. But
Aren't we both?
a quick personal plug, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Savage Says Pod.
At Caitlin Savage.
And my handle is at Kelly Savage 1. If anyone knows at Kelly Savage, please send her my way. I have about $60 to offer her for this.
I was gonna say
incredibly
we might have to kill her, but I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I've got about $60 or, you know, some potential tragedy to offer her if she doesn't hand it over. But we've yet to identify this person. So if anyone knows them, actually maybe don't send them our way out of the interest of their personal safety.
Spare their life.
I don't know. Do with this what you will. I would love to ditch the one, but maybe one day.
Yeah, we're trying to brand here. Okay. Well, we love you, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Toodles.
Bye.